Mirvac has been reimagining urban life since 1972. It started with two men from Sydney, Robert Bob Hamilton, a real estate agency owner, and Henry Pollock, an architect and builder. An innovative partnership that would shape the way people live, work and play for decades to come.
I'm a very firm believer in teamwork. In any major project would form a team. You know, you'd have someone from marketing, an architect, builder and developer, and you'd agree on the way you were going to go forward. Unless you all agreed that's the way to do it, then the deal wasn't on. So you had to cooperate and work the way together. And I can only stress too very strongly that you've got to work as a team, because nobody knows it all.
It was the beginning of one of Australia's most successful property development stories, and it's a story that continues to be told today through Mirvac's growth, success and people. Hamilton and Pollock's first project was a block of 12 apartments completed in 1972 in Sydney's Rose Bay. It was called Montrose. By the end of the 1970s, they were not only building houses on subdivided land in the growing suburbs of northwest Sydney, they were revitalising existing apartments, which was key to Mirvac thriving during the 1970s downturn. In the 1980s, Mirvac led the revival in Sydney's property market.
That really started in 1981 in the York apartments. We did the first sort of major residential building in the city. And people queued around the corner and around the block. And we sold out the 150 I think, units in the morning. They were selling their places in the line, which is quite incredible.
The York was Sydney's first luxury high-rise apartment building to be built in the CBD for 50 years, and it changed the real estate landscape.
The actual fact that we did influence the standard of housing and apartment building in this country. There's no doubt I think we did lead the way and set a certain standard that people copied and now I find that there's no doubt that your competition's a lot better now than it used to be.
Since then, Mirvac has further expanded to constructing whole master plan communities, creating beautiful spaces to work, shop and play, where every project brings new expertise and opportunity.
I was fortunate enough at the start of my career to work with the two founders of Mirvac, being Bob and Henry. You know, a very small company back then, but you know, we worked on some amazing projects in the early years. Projects like Newington or the Olympic Village, Walsh Bay here in Sydney. I think back to you know, the Newington project or the Olympic Village, where we started working on that in the mid-90s. We literally worked out of the back of a garage in Woolloomooloo.
The village had to cater for 16,000 athletes, so we had to design a whole bunch of houses that had to cater for 24 people in each home, and then we had to convert that into a sustainable community.
In the 1990s up in Brisbane, Mirvac was the first developer to really take advantage of the river and do a development called Mariners Reach that was a revitalisation of an existing industrial area into a vital new community space and residential opportunity.
Today, Mirvac is a top 50 ASX listed company and is a diverse but integrated group of over 1,400 employees working across many more innovative, bold projects than the founders could have conceived when they started Mirvac all those years ago.
The Mirvac's good name is the most important asset it's got. Yep. So I think that's what you've got to keep working on.